Uh, Hi. Hello. It is me, VTuber Gears, finally making his streaming debut. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one, now that I'm finally streaming. You might recognize me as a longtime side character of Kit Funaki. Yeah, she's pretty great. We often stream on Tuesdays playing Monster Hunter Rise. It's a playthrough series. You might also recognize me from my constant commentary on Mushreep's streams. Yeah, I'm that little guy. The one with blood coming out of his mouth. Lol. So you're probably wondering what's on the agenda today now that I'm finally here, live. Coming to all of you lovely viewers. It's a very interesting game. I'm not sure if you all have ever heard of it before. I believe there's an intro we can watch. Without further ado. And there's the title screen. That's right, everyone. We're gonna be playing Final Fantasy XIV Online. A Realm Reborn. Look, chat. It's me. Oh.
Here, feel.
Oh, I guess I'm hearing and feeling. Oh. Oh, I don't like that.
Hear, feel, think.
Oh, now we're thinking. Oh, I look cool now. Yeah. Take him down. Oh. Oh, dialogue. Hey. Hey, you. You alright, lad? You were moaning something fierce for a while there. Feeling the effects of the Aether, I reckon. You'll get used to it, though, don't worry. Now I'm doing a voice. You there! Halt! What's all this about? Inspection! Men, search the carriage! Oh, apparently two others. I'm just an honest peddler, friend. So, don't be too disappointed if you don't find nothing, eh? Mind your tongue, old man, lest I cut it out. Sir, look! Somnus! Honest peddler, was it? Since when do honest peddlers deal in prohibited herbs? You're in a lot of trouble, old man. You'll rot in a dungeon till the end of your days. unless you can afford the fine. Business as usual. Oh, shoot. Wah! Amalja. Amalja? Amalja! To arms! To arms! Oh. 7 hells. Consider this a warning. Now, go! All of you! And we riding off. Escaping from... Oh, that guy got knocked out. Ooh. Phew. That kind of excitement ain't good for the heart. You be careful around them brass blades, lad. Bastards will have the shirt off your back if they fancy it. Like common bandits, they are. Only less honest. Thank the gods for sending some beastmen to the rescue, eh? Seeing as we still got a long ride ahead, mind keeping me company till we arrive? Them youngs don't care much for conversation, see? Brent's the name, and peddling's my trade. And judging by your unusual garments, I'll wager you're one of them new adventurers. Yeah, that's right. I knew it! Going whenever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now, that's what I call living. So, long as you can avoid dying, I mean. Ain't no secret that adventuring in a risky business these days, especially. What was it that first attracted you to it? I don't know. Well, if you ain't inclined to tell, I ain't about to pry. Might be as old Brent's a chatterbox, but he sure as hell ain't no busybody. Well, we all have a secret or three, don't we? Me? Dozens. And I'd rather they stayed secret too, which is why I don't go sticking me nose where it ain't welcome. Just remember though, there's more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no profit in being dead, and that's a fact. By the by, is this your first trip to Uldal? Why, yes. It is? Well then, let this journey itinerant? Ah, okay. Tell you the ins and outs of yours destination. Uldal's ruled by the Sultana in name, but as most folks know, the Syndicate holds all the real power. Them and their monetarist cronies would happily get rid of her grace altogether. But that won't happen while she still commands the loyalty of the Royalists, and the Royalists are nothing if not loyal. These factions have long fought over power, throwing the weight of their wealth against each other, and they show no sign of stopping. Of course, Lizardmen, that the Amaljas, couldn't care less about Uldan politics. They have their own interests, see? And they ain't afraid to use force to serve them. They say war is a gift to peddlers. Need breeding, profit, and though it shames me to say it, I'm inclined to agree. Ah, at long last. Behold, Uldal, jewel of Thanaland, where folk turn sand into gold. Ooh.
Deep in the sun-baked south, surrounded by the shifting sands of an endless desert, she rises. A solitary rose amidst the dust and rock, a symbol of defiance. Her name, Ulda.
Uda.
Even with the coming of the seventh umbral era, hope springs eternal for the mongers and merchants who vie for lost fortunes in this bustling oasis.
Ooh.
As the twin faces of Nold Thal maintain their vigil over all that has been and shall be, the present proffers a brave soul. One whose arrival could mark the beginning of a new era of prosperity for the realm.
That's me. And here's where we part ways, lad. I'm off to the markets to deliver me wares, then it's on to the high road for me. Here, I want you to have this, by way of thanks for putting up with me prattle. Wonder what he gave me. You never did tell me your name, though. Hey, but here's an idea. Become the sort of storied personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider us square. Alright. I'll make sure to be famous.
May the traders nurture our fortunes as they kindle the flames which burn within us all.
Ooh, I like
For
that.
by fire are we reborn.
He said the thing. Final Fantasy 14. This is getting really exciting, chat. Ooh, more chocobos. And the people here sure do look interesting. Oi, Venture! Over here! Oh, he does not look like what I made him sound. I mean you. Fresh off the carriage, by any chance? Hey, can I tell? Name's Wymond, and my business is knowing every bugger else's. Now then, what if I was to offer you some invaluable advice by way of welcome to our fair city? Free of charge even. Just this once, like. Okay. What does this man have to say for himself? Okay. 'Tis plain to anyone with eyes that you don't know your way around here. If I let you go wandering off down the nearest dark alley, you're certain to get mugged, or worse, and I don't want that on my conscience. So, before you do anything else, you'll want to head over to the Quicksand and speak with Momodi. She's the master of the Adventurers Guild, and can set you on the right path. No, okay. Sure, it's nice of this guy to help me. Just take those steps over yonder and pass through the double doors. You'll find her inside. And that's as much as you're getting for free. Good luck with the adventuring, adventurer. I wonder what she's pointing at. Why, hello there. Who might you be? I cannot do that kind of voice. But I will try. If you're looking to join the Adventurers Guild, you've come to the right place. Name's Momodi, and I own this fine establishment, if it please you. I also manage the Adventurers Guild here in Uldal. So you might say that looking after green adventurers like yourself is my vocation. And lucky for you that it is. Without someone like me to steer you right, you'd soon find yourself out in the middle of nowhere, caught up in business you don't understand. Like our conflict with the Amalja, for example. They've been plaguing the Sultanate for nigh on, forever now. Then there's the Garlean Empire. None can say for sure what they're plotting these days, only that they are. You gotta put an emphasis on that. Oh. Aye, the people drink and make merry, but underneath it all, there's worry. Worry and a lingering feeling of loss. And little wonder it's scarce been 5 years since the lesser moon cracked open like a giant egg, releasing an abomination intent on turning the realm into an 8th hell. So much was lost in the blink of an eye. 'Twas like the end of the world had come at last. But then things begin to get foggy. Everyone's got their own version of what happened next, some of them 2 or 3. You'd think people would remember something like that, but the fact is they don't. Nobody does. There is one thing the survivors agree on, though. The part played by a band of adventurers who laid down their lives for a realm that wasn't their own. They fought valiantly, and like so many others, they never returned. Deeds worth remembering. I'm sure you'll agree. It's just the same our recollections of those brave heroes are as jumbled as those of the calamity itself. Whenever we try to call their faces to mind, it's like they're standing between us and the midway sun, permanently silhouetted. I'll bet that sounds poetic to you, doesn't it? Well, it's not. It's bloody infuriating. But even if we can't remember them, we'll not let them be forgotten, and so we call them the Warriors of Light. Oh, cool. And they'll forever stand as a shining example of what adventurers can achieve. That's why I welcome new arrivals like yourself to our fair city. All I ask is that you lend a helping hand and try to leave old Doll in a better state that you found her. If you can promise that, I'd be happy to let you join the guild. Yeah. Alright then, a promise is a promise now. I'm counting on your help to put the past behind us. We need people working and spending and bickering like the old days. And a happy and prosperous Uldal means more business for Quicksand too. Any road, let's make this official. Go ahead and write your name in the register, neat as you can. Here you go. Gears Bronzesmith. Ain't that a charming name? Just rolls off the tongue, it does. Oh, thanks. Alright, Mr. Bronzesmith. On behalf of the Adventurers Guild, I officially... Please, sir, be merciful. 12 as my witness. I swear to you, I'll bring your money. In the East, it is said that even a merciful god might be driven to vengeance if thrice blasphemed. Be grateful you were given a 4th chance to offend. You two, attend to this scam. No, please, mercy. Well, ain't that a sorry sight? Nor an uncommon one, if I'm honest. Don't worry though, if you work hard, I'll doubt you'll end up like him. Just the same, if you ever need a bit of advice about one thing or another, pay me a visit. Just don't go bothering me every time you stub your bloody toe, alright? 'Cause I do enjoy hearing tell of a gentleman's woes with the womenfolk from time to time. Any road, welcome to Uldal, Gears. She's so sweet. Take a moment to catch your breath, and I'll teach you a little about our fair city. How nice. Momo D, the proprietors of the quicksand, wants you to perform 3 tasks that will help you learn the fundamentals of victory. Okay. Before you go charging off to find your fortune, I have a few basic tasks I'd like you to perform so as to help you get to know the place. First of all, I want you to visit the Aetheryte Plaza. To get there, head west from here till you reach Emerald Avenue. Then look to the north. You should see a giant floating crystal called an Aetheryte. If it weren't for Aetherytes, traveling around Eorzea would be a damn sight more trouble than it is. Of course, you still need to attune with them before you can use them, so be sure to do that with the one in the closet. You ever attune with an Aetheryte before, Gears? If not, just lay your hand on the thing, and you'll see what I mean. When you've done that, I want you to pay a visit to the Gladiators Guild over at the Colosseum. Assuming that sword ain't just for show, you might consider trading there. And finally, I want you to visit the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, over on the steps of Thal. Goods from all across Eorzea and beyond turn up there every day. You'll have no trouble finding armor, weapons, or anything else a fledgling adventurer like yourself might need. You might say that everything's for sale here in Nuldal, as long as you've got the gil. Just make sure as you don't pay more than you ought, Gears. There's plenty as won't scruple to swindle unsuspecting foreigners like yourself, especially if they think no one's looking out for best interests, or of their best interests. Which is why I'm giving you this letter. When you visit the exchange, find a gentleman named Ciceroga and give it to him. He'll be happy to tell you all about the markings once he's read it. In short, then, visit the Aetheryte Plaza, the Gladiators Guild, and the Sapphire Exchange. Simple. Oh, but before you go, a word of advice. While there's more than a few unsavory characters out there who will try to take advantage of you, there are also some with honest-to-goodness problems who you should consider offering a helping hand to. A lot of folk are lured to the city by the promise of wealth and power. What many of them fail to realize is that instead of chasing after Gil the moment they get here, they ought to be making friends. Let it be known that you're willing to give as much as you get, and opportunities will come your way. Speaking of which, you should speak with the smith over yonder. Those lads always have some good advice for up-and-coming adventurers. Otherwise, that's about it from me. It's past time you got going. Oh, and let me know when you've finished, will you? That way I won't spend my days worrying that. You're down to your small clothes without a gil to your name. Hello. There's a lot more people over here. Hey, it's Women. Okay. So, how are you taking to old owl Gears? Making any new friends in high places yet? Huh. Well, when you have the Sultan's ear one day, I hope you won't have forgotten about old Wymond. As long as you're here, mayhap you can do me a favor and take this missive to Josias at the Platinum Mirage? It's just over yonder, and the man will give you some gil for your trouble if only all that we're gonna say was this easy, eh? A tuning. There we go. Ooh. Cutscene time. Alright, here we go. Hail, adventurer! Might you have come at the behest of Miss Momodi of the Quicksand? Excellent. Which brings us to the matter of the attunement fee. That will be 100,000 gil? Hold up. Hold up. I don't have that kind of money. If you please, sir. Apologies, but I do so relish the opportunity to make that jest. The look on your face was absolutely priceless. But the fact that you were so easily deceived suggests to me that you are unfamiliar with the use of aetherites. Allow me to explain. These crystalline agglomerations tap into ethereal energies and are primarily used as the means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Perchance, you have heard of return and teleport? Well, these transportation spells make direct use of the aetherites and their connection to flow of aether. Given that there is an aetherite in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer with a mind to explore the realm will wish to seek out and attune himself to each and every one. But even if you have no intention of wandering beyond the Sultanate, borders, it would be prudent of you to attune yourself to any Aetheryte you encounter from now on. I pray you find that informative. Should you wish to learn more about Aetherytes or transportation magic, I should be happy to answer your questions. Okay. That is pretty nice. I have learned return. That's pretty cool. Oh, you two of the Aetheryte, you are now able to use the return spell. Oh. Welcome to the Gladiators Guild, friend. Tell me, are you new to the thrills of Mortal Kombat? Well, whether you are or not, you are new to us. If you'd like to take your place in these hallowed halls, you must be willing and ready to undergo the most rigorous training. You must endure cuts and bruises beyond counting, and like as not far worse. A daunting prospect, I concede, but there is no other way if you mean to take to the blood sands one day. And why wouldn't you? The Colosseum is only the most celebrated place of the public entertainment in all of Ul'Dal. Where else could a poor man amass a fortune so vast as to one day allow him to claim his seat on the Syndicate? Ah, there's none in Ul'Dal alive who isn't inspired by the rise of the self-made man. And there is no truer embodiment of this than the gladiator who wins riches and fame with his sword. Throughout its long and storied history, this guild has nurtured countless champions. Our training methods are second to none, and our members ever strive to develop new techniques. If you desire true glory, to fight and triumph amidst the roar of 10,000 voices, then this is where you belong, adventurer. Think of it, think of your legacy, and if your soul stirs, join us. Ooh, I get food. What will it be? Will you rise above the masses and inscribe your name in legend, or will you resign yourself to mediocrity and die in obscurity? That's a pretty rough description there. I will join the Gladiators Guild if you won't mind. A decision you shan't regret. One moment. Make way for Gears, Bronzesmith. Fresh meat coming through. Oh, that's a little mean, don't you think? Now then, before your enrollment can be considered complete, you must present yourself to First Sword Milla, seek her out and obtain her approval. I heard Lulu's too. So, you're Gears Bronzesmith. 'Tis a good, strong name. On behalf of the Gladiators Guild, allow me to welcome you. I am Milla, Guildmaster here. So you wish to study our arts, I presume? Have you your reasons for choosing the sword over all other weapons? Perhaps you think it's easiest to learn. A sword is a simple weapon, but to wield a blade well is anything but simple. For every Colosseum champion to emerge from our ranks, there has been countless disappointments who failed to achieve greatness. Bear that in mind before you answer me, Gears, for I do not ask this question lightly. Have you the strength to live by the sword, and if it be your fate, die by it? Have you the strength to live by the sword? I most certainly do. Then welcome, Gladiator, to your new home. Let's not waste time, shall we? I will gauge your aptitude for the sword. Just outside the gates of Ul'Dal, you'll find plenty of marmots, hornets, and shrews. Slay 3 of each and return here when finished. A simple task, but essential to your training nonetheless. Now go. And you are? Oh, a newly come adventurer. But of course, yes. I am Ciceroga. What can I do for you? You would have me teach you the ways of the marketplace? Very wise. As for my fee, what? You expect me to do it for free? Surely you jest. My dear adventurer, when you ask an Ul'Dan for a favor, you should at least try to make it worth his while. Judging by your garb, I rather doubt you could afford my services. But the fact that you are but the fact you offer nothing is laughable. Letter of introduction. Here. Okay. Oh? Mistress Momodid instructed you to seek me out, did she? Humph. Consider yourself fortunate to have such influential friends. I shall be brief, and you shall be attentive. You stand in the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, the busiest and most profitable marketplace in the Sultanate. Being advantageously situated in relation to the other city-states, Old Dal's markets have ever served as both the literal and figurative centers of Eorzean commerce. All the great overland trade routes lead to our city, and the majority of maritime trade between Villebrand and Aldenard passes through our ports. Because of this, countless companies and consortia have chosen Old Dal as their base of operations. They see to it that this marketplace is awash with merchants and moneylenders day and night. Anything a man could ever desire can be purchased here, provided he has sufficient funds. Surely there's something you seek, adventurer. A deadlier sword, perhaps? Or a shinier trinket? Whatever it is you want, the exchange will have it. And to the south you will find weapons and tools, an assortment of other useful items for sale. Seek out a particular merchant or browse to your heart's content, but do try to remain aloof should you find something that piques your interest. Decisions made in the heat of the moment are usually unwise, especially where coin is concerned. That is all the complimentary aid you shall have from me, and far too much for my taste. My regards to Momodi. Now, off with you. Okay, man. So snarky, snooty. How was the tour of the city, Gears? Get lost, did you? Aye, well, Oldell's a big place with lots to see and do, but wandering around aimlessly don't pay the bills. If you're serious about making a living here, you'll need to remember where things are. So, where you go exploring? Explore like you've got a purpose, eh? Alright then, all that's left is for you to work hard, make money, and spend it here at the quicksand. I've leveled up, chat. We must rebuild. I have to be level 4. Okay. Are those what marmots are supposed to look like? Yeah, whatever. Look at me, chat. I'm so strong. Welcome back, Gears. I take it you've dispatched the beast with ease. Rest assured, there will be far greater challenges to come. If you wish to master the sword, you must test yourself against a wide variety of foes. To this end, I present to you this hunting log. It contains information on creatures ideal for a gladiator in training. You will doubtless gain valuable experience should you seek out and slay them. It is only with such practice that you will recognize and eliminate the deficiencies in your technique. Your training under me shall continue once the haft sits so snugly in your hand that you cannot imagine holding aught else until then, Gears. Ah, Gears, I take it. You and your sword have become better acquainted? Then I will now instruct you on another fundamental aspect of what it means to be a gladiator. Commanding an opponent's attention. As gladiators, we are trained to engage the enemies at a close range, weathering their attacks as we deliver our own. However, there are times when we must do battle alongside allies whose talents are not the same as our own. In such a situation, your role is not to slay the enemy in front of you, but rather to defend the man behind you. We do this by eliciting the enmity of our opponents through attacks and techniques designed to incite their hatred. You must learn to draw the enemy's attention to yourself and to trust in your stout constitution to endure. In so doing, you protect your weaker comrades who would otherwise perish. To help you better understand this, there is a task I would have you perform. It just so happens that Momodi of the Quicksand has requested our assistance. A gang of Limesian marauders has paraded into town and begun harassing people outside her establishment. Men like these prey on the weak, but will turn tail and flee at the first sign of defiance. You need not resort to violence. It will suffice to show them that you are not afraid of them, and will not tolerate their behavior. Seek out the Lumensians and make your presence known by bellowing, "Face me, marauder!" In this way, you will protect the people of Udal as you would your allies in battle. Okay. So, outside of the quicksand. Oh, this guy's got a yellow bandana. Oh, cutscene time. Just who the owls do you think you're speaking to, maggot? I'm Perfumador. I can pronounce his name. The driven ain't me, and me bloody marauders been reaving so long mothers scare their children with tales about us. Don't believe me, Ruds? Then I'll let me axe do the talking. Oh ho? This is lively even for the quicksand. You two going to put on a show for us? Oh, I should talk a bit more manlier. What's this? Another goddamn fool? Show some respect when ye talk to... Performally, the Driven, leader of the troop of bloody murmurs, or some such. Aye, I heard of you the first time. Your voice carries quite well. Then, unless ye want me to split your skull with me axe, ye better... Yeah, that's a pretty cool sword. That sword, it couldn't be. Frenzy? But only the sword of Nald would bloody hells. It's you! You know, I've never been one to stand back and watch. Mind if I join the fun? Begging your pardon, sir. Why do they always do that? Looks like it's just you and me. Standing up to that Lumensian was quite brave of you, and quite foolish. I think I like you, Gladiator. Name's Aldous, and I'd buy you a drink, but I'm afraid I just spent the last of my coin. I used to be a young gladiator like you, back then. But that hardly concerns you. These days, I'm just an explorer of the unexplored, a seeker of as yet unknown experiences. Like that beautiful stranger keeping my bed warm right now. Gods, I've missed this city, this wonderful desert jewel of debauchery and sin. Now, if you'll excuse me. I think I saw a bit of heart emojis. Now we speak to Momodi. I swear, if it hadn't seen Aldous with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it. It was him. Oh, yeah. Everyone here thought he died years ago. Listen, Years, do me a favor and don't tell Milla about meeting Aldous, alright? She doesn't need this sort of trauma. Why? Well, let's just say some folk ain't good for one another. Oh, some drama. Too much today, if you ask me. I've already heard of your exploits at the quicksand, Gears. You did well to send those marauders packing. I wish I could say we've heard the last of them. Alas, we've received reports of axe-wielding raiders assaulting merchants traveling through Scorpion Crossing. It seems words will not suffice after all. I want you to finish what you've begun, Gears. Head to Western Thanalan and see that the Performal, the Driven, and all those who have shared in his crimes never trouble the people of Rodal again. Alright. Looks like we gotta take care of some Lemensian marauders. They tore me from my saddle and took everything I own. Bring my goods back to me. I beg of you. Alright. Fate system? Full active time event. Okay. Needless to slay. It says I have 2 minutes, so better not. Oh, straight up, just him. Alright. Maybe because I skipped the bag. Nice! Okay. That's one down. One more to go. I am truly the best. Here are your goods back, my good sir. Well, bless you, adventurer. If it weren't for good men like you, I'd never leave home. You're darn tootin'. Alright, Milla, what you got for me? Good. It is finished. And with that, this stage of your training is complete. This time, your enemies were ill-behaved ruffians, but who knows what manner of opponents you will face in the future. Regardless, I have faith that you will do well. Master your sword, and you shall master yourself. Now then, there will be work for you in the days to come. Return to your training gears. We will speak again. Nice. Ooh. Okay, let me try on. Oh god. Is that my underwear? It's not. Dang, that's a pretty cool chess piece. Alright, I'm already sold. We're going for that chess piece. Well, youngling, how are you finding our fine Rodal then? Got your bearings about you yet? If so, mayhap it's time you ventured beyond the city walls. The bustling streets of Rodal are one thing, but the wilds of Thanalan, that's another altogether. I know a bloke you might fancy speaking to, and you, name of Papa Shan. You'll find him over at the Rodal dispatch yard. No doubt he'll have some work for you. The dispatch yard's over in central Thanalan. Just head out the door across the hall, and you'll see the gate of Nod staring right back at you. Pass through it and head east. You'll come upon it for long. There's dangers beyond the wall, though. More than I'd care to count. Nothing too terrible, mind you, but feisty enough to attack if you draw near. Don't say nobody cared enough to warn you. Well, thank you, Momodi. I will take those words to heart. If I hit another hour of streaming, then I'll stop. Who knows, maybe that will change. Well, you certainly look the part of an adventurer, my friend. Might you be the good soul Momodi advised me to expect? I am Papa Shan, station master of this humble dispatch yard. An empty title, I assure you. I truly am no more than a tired old Lalafell passing his final years in quiet and solitude. Well, no, there have been plenty of both these last 5 years since the calamity struck. The devastation was vast. Yet, now true old Dons work together, doing all in our power to rebuild what was laid to ruin. By the sweat of our brows and the love of our home, we have rebuilt Rodal to the grandeur and majesty that you see today. The railways which through this dispatch yard too were born of the noble efforts of a great many souls. But there is still much to work to be done. The wounds left by the calamity run deep. Isolated areas beyond our lines of supply remain, and there are places yet wanting for relief and restoration. Old Dawn needs the aid of you and your brethren, friend. In fact, never has our need been more dire. Which brings me to the point, I suppose. I do believe I may have some work suited to one of your ability. Ooh, choose. Since you've come all this way, perhaps you can perform an errand for me. It just so happens a number of sentries have been sent to guard the area, a dispatch to the yard, as it were. They have long been away from the shade and featherbeds of the city. The hot days and cold nights can play hells on the mind and body out here. It isn't much, but go and give them these twilight pretzels, would you? I find comfort food always helps when I feel like killing myself. You've returned, and with a deal fewer pretzels, I see. Tell me, how fare your Sultan sworn sentries? Did they have anything to report? Anything at all? What? Nothing? Are you sure? Oh, oh dear. Take this for your troubles, and stay a moment. There is more I would ask of you. Storyteller. That's a pretty neat achievement. Years. I have just this moment. No, no. The time for concealment is past. The truth is, even before I had you deliver those pretzels, I was privy to some most unsettling news. Which is the real reason I sent you to meet the Sultan Sworn. Ooh. A young noble woman from a very prestigious family has run away from home, and I have been ordered to see her safe return. The Sultan Sworn you met earlier are assisting with the search. Alas, it seems they have found no trace of her. I apologize for not being frank with you from the start, but we must proceed with caution. Should word of her disappearance spread, I fear others with less honorable motives may join the hunt. And should we allow her to come to any harm, not even 100 beheadings would be punishment enough. That cannot happen, Gears. It must not. I need you to help me find her. Yeah, just a simple silent nod. Praise the 12. I knew I could count on you. I've instructed the others to expand the search, but Thanalan is vast and there are only so many of us. The young noblewoman's name is Lady Lalira. I want you to go south and look for her in the vicinity of the Sultan tree. Good luck. Just steal the kill. Oh, Sultan Tree. About to enter an instant battle. Your turns. Okay. Okay.
Oh, Sultan Tree, hallowed spirit of my line, forgive my weakness. My failings have cost us dear.
Well, she has a very interesting voice. That's not what I wanted.
Show yourself.
Okay.
As you command, O Lilira. Forgive my selfish desire to assure your welfare.
I don't recall requesting an escort. Simply pretend we never met and continue on your way.
We both know I can do no such thing. It isn't safe for you here alone. It isn't safe for anyone. Not with this etheric disturbance. It's as though the dead are watching us.
Ooh.
And I'd prefer not to join them, if it's all the same to you. Ah, you must be the one that Papa Shan mentioned. Congratulations on finding our elusive young charge. You'll have to forgive her impetuousness. What she lacks in discipline, she makes up for in stubbornness. You should return with us. The station master will be eager to thank Lady Lilira's protector in person.
But I haven't done any... No. That's a weird looking bird.
The station master will have to wait. Dear Lilira, for my sake, please stay out of harm's way. As for you, dear friend, for Lilira's sake, please stay in harm's way.
Alright, handsome stranger. We did it!
Whew.
Oh? What's that? Oh? Ew, the red flash of white light.
Hear, feel, think.
Okay. What the heck?
Crystal bearer. I am Heidelin, all made one.
Eidolon.
A light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim.
Okay.
And as it hath faltered, so hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life. For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate.
I guess I will.
The power to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light. Journey forth and lay claim to them.
We're going on a quest, guys. And it's for crystals. Hey, yo, that is a big crystal.
By thy deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee. Only believe, for the light liveth in thy heart.
For the crystal bearers like me.
Go now, my child, and shine thy light on all creation.
I'm being flashbang chat. It ain't good. How long was I knocked out for? It was night, now it's morning.
Ah, coming around now.
Would you mind telling me what that was?
If I only knew. A denizen of the void at any rate.
The void sent? Here? But how?
The question isn't how, but who. We're not dealing with bookless bandits. Don't suppose the answer came to you in a dream? No sooner did you fell the beast than you fell asleep. Too much ether, no doubt.
Ah, yes, very, I guess you could say.
Interesting. I hadn't considered the crystal. But of course, this changes everything. Oh, just thinking aloud? At any rate, we haven't a moment to spare. I must return and report this at once. I leave Lady Lilira in your capable hands.
How dare you pass me about like a swaddled babe? I shall return and tell them myself.
As you wish, your impetuousness. I suspect we shall meet again before long. Until then, do try and stay awake.
I will. I don't need you to tell me that. Thank the gods you returned. You had us all worried. Also worried. You do realize what would have happened if a person of your noble stature were to be injured, or worse? Why, Her Grace the Sultana would be beside herself with grief, and so would her subjects. I dare say they'd be weeping in the streets. But I have already given you a cause to weep, Papa Shan. You and the people of Udal. Please, you're not to say such things. We will find it, I swear to you. It is not my place to make demands, my lady, but I beg you, please stay out of harm's way. I apologize for causing you undue worry, Papa Shan. I shall refrain from traveling unescorted in the future. Graceful little bow. I cannot thank you enough, Gears. I understand you fought bravely to protect Lady Lilira from the void-sent fiends. For your gallant service, you deserve all the riches in the royal vaults. Alas, a small token of my gratitude is the best I can offer. A sarcastic man with a strange contraption strapped to his shoulder? I see you met Thancred. He is a scholar who spends his days investigating oddities in the aether. Rather too fond of the sound of his own voice for my liking, but perfectly harmless. As for you, Gears, you're just the sort of adventurer we need around here. I pray you show the same kindness to the people of Thanaline as you did to us today. Yeah.